Gai un gyntaf estyn croeso cynnes i chi, y myfyrwyr ac i'r teuluodd a'r ffrindiau i'r seremoni bwysig yma. May I extend a warm welcome to you all, students and your families and friends to this important ceremony. Croeso i'r dathliad pwysig hwn. Fe enw I yw Elfyn Llwyd ac mae gennyf y fraint a'r anrhydedd o fod yn is-ganghellor y brifysgol hynod hon. My name is Elfyn Llwyd and I have the privilege and honour of being the Pro-Chancellor of this famous university. Welcome to this very important celebration. Amryw o flynyddoedd yn ôl, dychwelais i'r Coleg Ger y Llu yn llawn balchder fy mod wedi cael lle I astudio yn y brifysgol yma. Rhoddodd Prifysgol Aberystwyth y cyfle gorau I mi mwyn cychwyn ar fy nhaith broffesiynol ac am hynny byddaf yn ddiolchgar am byth. Many years ago, far more than I'd care to recall, I arrived at the university full of pride, having won a place to study here. Aberystwyth University gave me the best grounding possible for my professional journey, and for that I shall always be grateful. Ond, nid amdana I mae'r seremoni yma, amdanoch chi, pob un ohonoch, sydd wedi gweithio'n galed dros y 2 mlynedd diwethaf yma I dderbyn eich graddau, llongyfarchiadau calonog I chi gyd. Mae'r brifysgol yn falch ohonoch, a heddiw yw'ch uchafbwynt y flwyddyn academaidd. But today's ceremony is clearly not about me. It is about you, young people, every one of you, having worked hard over the last 3 years to achieve your degree. Congratulations to you all. The university is really proud of you, and today is the highlight of the academic year. Wrth ddiolch I chi myfyrwyr am ddod â braint i'r brifysgol, hoffwn hefyd ddiolch o waelod calon I staff y brifysgol. Dros y 2-3 mlynedd diwethaf yma, rhai blin hefyd, mae chathrawon tiwtoriad darlithwyr a'r holl staff wedi rhoi popeth i'w swyddi a llawer mwy hefyd I sicrhau eich buddiannau a thrwy hynny ennyn clod fel sefydliad. In offering a note of thanks to you, the student body, for bringing acclaim to the university, I should also wish to offer my sincere and heartfelt gratitude to the staff of this university. Over the past 2-3 years, it has been very difficult due to the pandemic. Your professors, tutors, lecturers responded, as did all the staff, in an exemplary way by giving their all and then some more to guarantee the best for you and in so doing further enhanced the reputation of this institution. Dros y blynyddoedd nesaf, byddwch yn edrych yn ôl ar eich dyddiau yn Aberystwyth gyda'ch gynhesrwydd. Y ffrindiau a ddaw yn ffrindiau oes I chi fel rhan o'r teulu yma. Byddwch yn dod ar draws raddedigion o'r brifysgol ym mhob cwr o'r byd ac ym mhob proffesiwn neu alwedigaeth. Over the coming years, you will probably reflect on your days at Aberystwyth with real warmth, the friends you made who became lasting friends as part of the family here. You will come across undergraduates in the 4 corners of the globe, in all professions and all callings. Llongyfarchiadau diffyant I chi gyd, ac ai ddymuno pob llwyddiant at y dyfodol. Congratulations to you all, and I wish you continued success in the future.
Gorau awen gwirionedd. Byddai'r hysbys i aelodau'r Prifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol y cynhelir cynulliad awdurdodedig heddiw yma yn nhref Aberystwyth. Tri awdurdod Siarter Prifysgol Aberystwyth yn gymnell i dderbyn i'w priod wobrau fyfyrwyr, sydd drwy efrydiaeth yn y Brifysgol a thrwy ddysg, medr a ddyfalbarhad wedi teilyngu'r cyfri wobrau. Dathlwn ein llwyddiant yn y gobaith y can fwynhau iechyd a hyd hoedl i wasanaethau ehoes a cenhedloedd, a thrwy eu hymdrechion a'u cyflawniadau, y cyfrannant at wybodaeth a bydd cenedlaethau i ddod, ac ymrafael ar heriau sy'n wynebu ein byd. Nid byd, byd heb wybodaeth. Gorau awen gwirionedd. The best inspiration is truth. Let it be known to the members of the university and to all here present that today is an authorised congregation is being held here in the town of Aberystwyth. By the authority of the Charter of Aberystwyth University, we meet to receive to their appropriate awards those students who have, through study at the university and through learning, ability and perseverance, been deemed worthy of their awards. We celebrate their success in the hope that they may gain health and long life to serve their generation and their countries, but also that through their efforts and achievements, they may contribute to knowledge and well-being of future generations and confront the challenges that face our world. A world without knowledge is no world at all. Nid byd, byd heb wybodaeth.
Anthrydeddus ddyrgru is ganhellor. Cyhoeddaf I fyfyriw hadran ni entliodd radd baglor yn y celfyddydau. Joseph Francis.
The first award we are giving this evening is a very sad one. It's a posthumous award. I will now ask the colleagues on stage please to stand and at a suitable moment to hold a moment's silence. We will then applaud the degree in the usual way.
At this moment, we remember a particular student. We grieve the loss of third-year drama and theatre student Joe Francis, a loving and generous soul with a sense of humour and sharp intellect. It is his intellect and work as an undergraduate student that we honour here today. We had the privilege of witnessing his curiosity, his drive to learn, and awareness of the power of study to change lives. His developing interest was in socially engaged theatre that would address the issues that marginalised people experience. We were proud of him for his persistence in striving to attain and deliver work he too could be proud of. His hopes for the future were to undertake postgraduate study. In honour of this, we are deeply grateful to Renee Francis, Joe's mother, for donating a fund to the department that will offer support to a final year drama and theatre student with a confirmed place to study at postgraduate level. We know that Joe would be excited for those who will benefit in the coming years. His pleasure in the success of others and his own ambition is reflected in this award that will stand as his legacy to us. Joe Francis remains loved by many people. We honour him as a friend and a learner who took his studies with the utmost seriousness, gifting us with his excitement for thinking and making. Our thoughts remain with his family and friends.
Trwy oededod y Prifysgol a ymddiried oed I mi, dybyniaeth Joseph Francis, I radd baglor yn i'r cyfoddydau, I hoff frainiau, radd hwn.
Anrydethus, Theoproi Hisgan Gethlo. Cyflwyna fi ci, fyfyrwyr o'n hadron ni a enillodd radd baglo mewn gwydoniaeth. Gabriel Pinheiro Sanchez.
Trwy ddod y prifysgol a ymddiried oed I mi. Dyma ni chi I radd baglo, mae'n gwyddoniaeth ac i'w hofraniau radd hon.
Anrydethus, Theoproi Hisgan Gethlo. Cyflwyna fi ci fyfyrwyr o'n hadron ni a enillodd radd baglo yn y celfyddydau. Camilla Alvic. Jack Allen Anderson. Lewis Barrow. Taylor Bernard. James Alexander Bryant. Abigail Rose Cole. Patrick Cook. Helena Eaton. Tian Rosa Greaves. Susanna Komosinska. Jamie Morris. Daniel Nitchman Roberts. Saffron Renison. Thomas Johan Roberts. Benjamin Sanders. Minchel Shin. Harry John Smith. Jennifer Rose Thaxton. Tori Wade. Jed Joseph Eulogio. Timothy Hawkins. Rhiannon Sarah Taylor Searle. Nathan Anderson. Christian Bondavic Brecker. Edward Coker. Samuel David Dodson. Patrick William Ellis. Samuel Ross Hems. Adam James. Ellis Drew Jones-Thurling. William Mayer. Ishbel Katrina Waverley O'Brien. Jack Thomas Palmer. Luke Smith. Caitlin Thomas. George Tonkis. Noah Wilkinson. Alexander Simon Michael Witherden. James Young. Pia Sophie Werner. Susanna Thompson. Catherine Ruth Garters. Sienna Quinn Lewis. Jake Michael Price. Paige Gardner. Jude Benjamin Binder. Jacob Evans. Lauren Gardner. Jordan Kennedy. James Kenny. Johannes Carlson Lindum. Isaac Neal. Ryan James Phillips. Alexander Seaman. Lewis Tom Stevens. Asanatu C. Cameron Young.
Draewydedod y Prifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi. Dibynnu'r ci I radd baglo, a neu'r celfyddydau ac i'l hoffrainiau radd hon.
Boed eich gofal yn wastad dros lwydd ac anrhydedd ein prifysgol a'n gwlad.
Anthrydeddus ddyrpri is ganhellor, gyflwyna fe chi fyfyrwyr o'n hadran ni a enlliodd radd baglor yn y celfyddydau. Maddock Marin Rose Raymond. Chloe Louise Thomas. Stephanie Moore. Catherine Emily Taylor. Samantha Louise Bond. Mia Cannon. Keris May Davidge. Anwen Harries. Jacob Lee Humphreys. Abigail James. Oshan Head Harries. Jacob Lee Humphreys. Meave Johnson. Abigail James. Amy Jones, apologies. Charlotte Lloyd. Oliver Lee Riordan. Imogen Short. Jodie Emily Tregenna. Mari Phillips. Sanaine Alexandrian. Yestin Davies. Samuel James Aitken. Rosie Boulding. Jay Bradley. Cynir Patrick James Doherty. Joe Geraghty. Owen James Herbert. Brandon Hewitt. Joshua Jones. Holly Kay. Kian Lee. Joseph Charles Lloyd. Alistair Nolan. Yingjuai Che. Neve Swift. Selma Regina Bjerkman, Veronica Krishpika Kajupa. Megan Carey Chisman. George Clark. William Davies. Gito Bedwyr Evans. Madeline Claire Morgan Fletcher. Joseph Hadley. Zoe Valentin Pieter Evershed Hayward. Taib Kerstan. Paulina Kowalewska. David Yestin Lewis. Tristan Orton. Daniel Robostino. Anna Sertenus. Jessica Caitlin Scott. Cornelius John Smalek. Finn Taylor Mills. Caris Mai Williams. Jamie Wright. Harrison Yap, Edward Yeoman, Daniel Birch, Richard Flack, Agatha Furmaniak, Emma Kieran, Malgorzata Critch, Rachel Naomi Lewis, Raven Zarina Astrid Allam Lewis, Olivia Kochanovich, Effie Rose Langley Evans, Francis Rakaya McAdam Duff, Esme Smith, Jensen Harper, Jade Roberts, Iga Daria Dabek, Taylor Walters, Lillian Ellen McCann, Adam Connor Vittle Thomas, James Wolstenholme, Adrian Chishosh.
Troededod y Brifysgol a ymddiried oed I mi. Dibyniodd chi I radd baglor yn eich cyflydydau ac i'ch hoffrainiau radd hon.
Boed eich gofal yn wastad dros lwydd ac anrhydedd ein prifysgol a'n gwlad.
Aberystwyth University Iscan Gethlor. Cyflwynaf I ci fyfyrwyr o'n hadran ni a enillodd rath athro yn y celfyddydau. Rebecca Everett. Mark McCartney. Joseph Dix. Claire Abenio. Sophie Bennett. Thomas Boothman. Matthew Roger Bradley. Jacob Bryce. Kay Eastwood Dunwell. Richard Hughes. Joshua Munford. James Murdoch. Sir Amwan Ita Ocon. Edward White.
Troi oed edod y brifysgol ar ymddiried oed I mi. Dymuniwch chi I radd athro yn i'r celfyddydau ac I hoff ffrainiau radd hon.
Hawdd amor eto, da gan y brifysgol eich derbyn yn athrawon.
Anddrydus ddyrpri isganhellor, cyflwyna fi chi fyfyrwyr o'n hadran ni a entliodd radd athro yn y celfyddydau. Agata Glazewska. Winnie Hart. Amy Caroline King. Caris Sophie Platts-Lawrence. Michael Smith. Despina Tsampuli. Lauren Faluna. Connor Lockyer Searle Kingsley. Zoe Crouch. Ronan Linton. Sean Lydon. Jodie Notley. Ella Mary Phillips.
Troi awdurdod y brifysgol a ymddiried oed I mi. Dymuniwch chi I radd athro yn i'r celfyddydau ac I hoff ffrainiau radd hon.
Hawdd amor eto, da gan y brifysgol eich derbyn yn athrawon.
Amrydethus Theoproi Isgangethlor. Cyflwyna fi ci fyfyrwyr o'n hadran ni a enillodd rath doethiau professional. Ahmed Saif Ali Al-Shamsi.
Amor eto, da gan y brifysgol eich derbyn yn ddoethir.
Troi awdurdod y brifysgol ar ymddiried oed I mi. Dymuniwch chi I radd doethau proffesiynol ac I hoff ffrainiau radd hon. Congratulations. Just turn around.
Amrydethus Theoproi Isgangethlor. Cyflwyna fi ci fyfyrwyr o'n hadron ni a enillodd rath doethiau mewn athroniaeth. Paul Blaemire. Emma Johanna Cast. Suzanne Thalia Klein-Charlesberg. Thomas Vaughan. John Robert Edward Wood.
Troedad y Prifysgol ar ymddiried oed I mi. Dyma ni of ci I radd doethau mae'n afroniaeth ac ei hoffrainiau radd hon.
Hawdd amor eto, da gan y Brifysgol eich derbyn y ddwythuriad.
Dderpwy ganhellor, dderpwy is-ganhellor, darpar raddedigion, gyfaithion. Pleser o'r mwyaf yw cyflwyno Zoe Laughlin yng Gymrawd Prifysgol Aberystwyth. Pro-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, prospective graduates and supporters. It is an honour and a privilege to present Zoe Laughlin as a Fellow of Aberystwyth University. Zoe gained her BA with TFTS, Theatre, Film and Television Studies, here in Aberystwyth, an MA from Central St Martin's College of Art and Design, and obtained a PhD in Materials within the Division of Engineering, King's College, London. Zoe is co-founder and director of the intriguingly named Institute of Making at University College, London, conducting interdisciplinary research as part workshop, part lab, part studio, and part theatre for materiality. The Institute epitomizes a holistic approach and diversity of activity highly apposite to 21st century education ideals, yet also summons visions of medieval alchemy laboratories with their quest for the philosopher's stone and the elixir of life. Indeed, given the far-sightedness of Zoe's curiosity, vision, and output, it would not be surprising if these too were not in her sights. Situated at the interface of the science, art, craft, and design of materials, Zoe's work ranges from formal experiments with matter to large-scale performative public exhibitions and events, with partners such as the V&A, the Wellcome Collection, the Hayward Gallery, and Tate Modern. Her work has also been shown at the Science Museum and is included in the permanent collection of the Design Museum. She can often be found making programs for both radio and television on the subject of materials and making. You may already know her from her regular science demonstration slots on ITV's flagship show This Morning, or her appearance on BBC Radio 4's weekly food panel show, The Kitchen Cabinet, where she is the resident materials expert. Even from this brief introduction, it is clear that Zoe has a wonderful thirst for knowledge, pursuing an eclectic series of inquiries that conjoin science and art in original and surprising ways. Underpinned by academic rigor, creative playfulness, and the honesty of craft, these provide fundamental and fascinating considerations of the materials that shape the world we inhabit. What distinguished Zoe as a student was a curiosity and enthusiasm that took her beyond any set assessment tasks and which often challenged the parameters of those tasks. For those of you who have been lucky to hear her speak, it is clear that this curiosity is undiminished, and like the best experiments in art and science, each discovery provokes even more questions. Zoe has that rare ability to take complex notions and present them in a way that is not only clear and accessible, but also highly engaging and compels you to go and look and to discover for yourself. She helps us look at the world differently. I can think of no higher accolade. Fy prican hellor, mae'n bleser gen I cyflwyno Zoe Laughlin I chi yn Gymraeg. Pro-Chancellor, it is my absolute pleasure to present Zoe Laughlin to you as a Fellow of Aberystwyth University.
Da gan y Brifysgol eich derbyn yn gymrawd.
Thank you, Simon. Gosh. I'm a sloppy date, my mum would say, and a little tear came to the eye there. Thank you. I'm very touched and honoured to be here today. This is a special moment. You all stand at the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. And whilst this is a moment of celebration, it can be a time of trepidation. Many of you may be facing the unknown and asking, but what next? And your parents may be thinking exactly the same. Everything I'm about to say, I'm going to be advocating for as if it was a great thing, how it should be done, and at the very least, a bloody good idea. But before I begin, remember this is just my point of view, and there are other ways. If you've already got your own approach, more power to you, you go for it. But if you're in need of a little bit of inspiration, maybe what I'm about to say now will help. Part 1. Be brave, say yes. Some people know what they want to do, don't they? Often they want to be vets, and good luck to them. It makes life simple. Get these grades, do this degree, don't have a breakdown during your exams, and bingo, you're a vet. But that's not how it works for most people, and thank goodness for that. Not knowing is an opportunity. A chance for adventure, and a reason to try things. But this involves being brave. It requires saying yes, giving things a go, and risking getting it wrong, letting people down, and revealing weakness. But never fear, if you're brave enough to give something a try, that means you also have the strength to deal with adversity and disappointment, as well as the courage to change direction. A key tool that will help you be brave are your antennae. Develop your antennae. This means learn to notice what piques your interest, what makes you tingle, what you enjoy, what you feel, and what you think. Taking opportunities and following your interests seems so simple, and really it is, but it's also hard. It's the, oh, put it off till tomorrow voice. The, I won't be very good at it voice, or people might judge me voice that stops you taking opportunities. But once you start saying yes and giving yourself permission, it gets easier. I was recently asked if I ever worried about what I looked like. I mean, who doesn't? I'm human. But the trick is not to let those sorts of thoughts stop you doing things. It's actually really bloody boring, worrying about what you look like, and a real waste of a life to let that sort of thing hold you back. Saying yes to being on live TV next to the national beauty that is Holly Willoughby and the institution that's Philip Schofield. Meant deciding not to worry about making a tit of yourself on live TV, not worrying about looking fat, not worrying about saying the wrong thing. Saying yes is a chance to have an experience. Saying yes leads to more yeses and leverages any luck that comes your way. So be brave, say yes, and develop your antennae. It's the mechanism by which you will discover what you want to do, find joy, and live an interesting, full life. Part 2, be persistent. Try hard and try properly. Once you've mastered saying yes and taking people up on opportunities, the next thing to do is undertake the thing you've decided to undertake the very best you can. I mean, really do a proper job. Even if you're not that fast and it's boring and you'd rather be checking your DMs, a proper job means focusing, committing, and persisting. Maybe you manage to get your foot in the door at a television production company, or a theatre, or the Houses of Parliament as an intern. But all you end up doing is sweeping the floors or making coffee, insert dull job there. But make sure you sweep those floors better than anyone has ever swept floors in the history of floors, okay? Doing a proper job, doing a proper job will get you noticed and enable people to rely on you. Couple this with part 3, and that's how you get ahead. Part 3, be nice. People like being with people who are good company and make them feel good. People will always find ways to spend more time with people who are positive, generous of spirit, and thoughtful in their interactions with others. Or to put it this way, no one wants to work or work with an arsehole. Don't be an arsehole. And if you realise you have been one, apologise and do better. So in conclusion, get up to stuff. Be brave in your adventures and give it your real best. Thank you very much.
Apparently it's quite warm in here. So I've been told to keep this short. So my apologies, no dancing elephants, no fireworks, no acrobats, no balloons. Instead you've got this, okay? So I want to say 3 things, just 3 things, but I want to start with something different. I want to ask our graduates to do something. You've done the difficult thing, you've walked on the stage, you've doffed your hat, all very well. Some of you even managed to smile at me, for which I was very grateful. Don't get that very often. But what I want you to do now, you've done the difficult bit, is stop. Look around. This is a special moment for you. A few of you may repeat this later in your life. But this is here, this is now, this is real. Savor it. Okay, so the 3 things I want to do. Firstly, and perhaps predictably, but importantly, I want to pass on some congratulations. First of all, to you, our graduating cohort. Every cohort is special. Every cohort rises to challenges. But you are exceptional. You have faced challenges in your degree here, but no previous cohort has faced in living memory. And you've succeeded. And for that and that alone, you require massive congratulations from each other, from your supporters, and from all the staff of the university. So just from me, well done. Congratulations. This really is something special. And the challenges you've risen to meet are unparalleled in the history of this university, and in the higher education sector in the UK, and you've done a fantastic job. Secondly, I want to congratulate the staff. Now, you may not want to, but actually you have as well. Many of you will have filled out student satisfaction surveys. One of the many surveys we bombard you with during your time here. For far too many of them, you may think, but they're really important to us. And one of them is this National Student Satisfaction Survey, when you placed us, in terms of your satisfaction, and this is a survey across the UK, we got the highest satisfaction rate in Wales and the second highest in the UK. And that's through the hard work of my colleagues, not just ones here, wearing their fancy robes and looking rather special, but the porters, the cleaners, those working in Tamadar. Well, it's changed its name now, apparently, somebody's told me. Those you've seen around here, marshalling you, professional services, all of whom have also faced a really challenging period over these last 3 years. So congratulations to them as well. But perhaps the biggest congratulations are to those in the balconies, your friends, family, your supporters, who've been with you not only through these last 3 years, but the entirety, for the most part, the entirety of your education. And so the second thing I want our graduates to do is this. I want you to thank them, not just by clapping, but a few of you, when you came up, got cheers. So please thank them both by clapping and giving them a cheer. So please join me. Well done. Thank you. Okay, second thing. Zoe and I must say, Zoe and I didn't liaise on this beforehand, but I want to repeat some of what she said, because it is actually very important and very true. To many of you, this seems like the end of your formal education process. For many, it won't be. Some of you will go on to do postgraduate work. Some of you will go into careers where you get professional development. But this is the important thing. We as a species are curious about the world. We're interested in it, whether it's the real world or the imagined world. We're interested, we're curious. Many of you will have seen the photographs from the Space Telescope, which Joe Biden released yesterday. And we do this not because they're pretty photographs, but because we're curious about where we came from. So my point is this: never stop exploring. Never stop challenging conventional wisdom. Always be inspired by what is best, and strive to be inspiring. But above all, at this moment in time, in this history of our country, please act with integrity. My daughter told me not to say that, but it was politically challenging. But I think one of the things we have learned as a country over the past few weeks is the importance of integrity, and it's up to all of us to demonstrate that in the lives in which we lead. And the third thing I want to say is many of you will leave Aberystwyth, if not today, then tomorrow, and think that's it, that's the end of a hopefully very happy, satisfying time of your lives. But it isn't. You are now alumni of this institution. 150 years worth of alumni you're joining. Please keep in touch. And we don't say that just because we feel we need to. We're genuinely interested in what you're doing. So please keep in touch. If you become a social media influencer, please be nice to us. It's always nice. And if you end up being very successful financially, you can be even nicer to us in the future. Okay, just two small announcements to finish with. Firstly, some of you may have seen the collection outside for Welsh Air Ambulance. Every year, the university identifies a charity which it will support. This year, it's the Welsh Air Ambulance, which relies entirely upon voluntary contributions. If you so wish, please make a contribution. It's really important work they do for us in Mid Wales. And secondly, at the end of the ceremony, when everybody's departing, I'll ask the graduates just to stay in their seats for a little bit longer, if you can bear the heat, because we just want to give you a few commemorative pins to mark this special day. Finally, I would ask you all to stand and join in singing the national anthem. Thank you very much.